You need more living space. The choice is often between building out with an addition or down with a basement. But what if one of these could give you 2 to 3 times more square footage for the exact same budget? We're talking a massive cost difference. $30 per square foot for a basement versus over $500 for an addition. This video answers the real question. Which project adds more living space and real value for every dollar you spend? We'll analyze costs, ROI, and how appraisers value these spaces differently to give you a definitive guide. Let's start with the most obvious metric, cost per square foot. Basement finishing is consistently cheaper. Basements also save you time. The projects are faster, with less disruption since work is contained indoors. And the permitting is simpler, letting you avoid the complex zoning and setback rules that slow down additions. So with lower costs and faster timelines, the basement seems like an open and shut case, right? Not so fast. First, consider the trade-offs. For a home addition, the biggest is sacrificing your valuable yard space. For basements, the potential deal breaker is moisture. Proper waterproofing is a non-negotiable upfront cost. The huge cost gap comes down to one thing: structure. With a basement, you start with a pre-built shell. An addition requires building everything from scratch: foundation, framing, siding, and a new roof section. This structural difference is why basements are more DIY-friendly, offering a chance to save big on labor costs. So we know why basements are cheaper to build, but does that translate to better long-term value? Not always. Let's look at function. Basements are perfect for casual spaces like home theaters, gyms, or guest suites. The main limitation, however, can be ceiling height. Low ceilings might make the space feel less desirable. Additions succeed where basements struggle. Natural light and integration with the main home's flow. And if you need a legal main floor bedroom or want to expand your kitchen, an addition is your only choice. So we see a clear trade-off in usability. Now, let's get back to the money and that appraisal secret. Here it is. Appraisers value above-ground and below-ground space very differently. Additions increase official GLA. A finished basement often doesn't count towards GLA, and its square footage is valued at 50 to 70% of above-grade space. This appraisal gap affects your return on investment. Oddly, basements can have a higher ROI percentage. You typically recoup 70 to 75% of a basement's cost, versus a wider 50 to 80% range for a room addition. Wait, a higher ROI percentage for basements? So basements are the better financial choice? Not necessarily. Here is the key financial point. A lower percentage return on a much bigger cost can mean more total money. For example, a 70% return on a $50,000 basement is $35,000 in value. A 55% return on a $150,000 addition is over $82,000. The one exception that boosts basement value is a walkout. The light and access mean it appraises much higher. Okay, let's connect all these points into a clear decision framework for you. Basement's low cost comes from using existing structure. This leads to a lower appraisal as below-grade space. You are buying square footage at a discount, but you will also sell it at a discount. It's the best for usable space per dollar. Conversely, an addition's high cost creates high-value official living area. You pay a premium for a premium valuation. This is the path for maximizing your home's top-line market value in raw dollars, even with a lower ROI percentage. The question is not just which is cheaper, it is, am I investing for maximum lifestyle now or maximum market value later? So, which is right for you? It depends entirely on your primary goal. Let's break down the final verdict. If your goal is getting the most usable space for the lowest cost, the basement is the undisputed champion. But if your goal is to maximize your home's total resale price, An addition is the direct path to a higher sale number. Now you know how to think about it. Use the link below to get our free checklist to weigh the pros and cons for your home.